Good afternoon, everyone. This is Adithya Pispati. I'm an alumni of VNR-VJIET. I've graduated in electronics and instrumentation in the year 2015 to 19, and I'm here to showcase you the project that I've made, which is called as Laser Engraving using Arduino. So here, as you can see, these are the components that I've developed and made. And as you can see over here, this is the SMPS power supply that I've given to the motors to run. And then you have the Arduino with the shield that is there. So here, as you can see, there are two motor drivers that I've attached to it. One is for x-axis and one is for y-axis. And the z-axis is for the laser. And then coming to the laser part, here you can see that the laser is a 2.5 watts and 450 nanometers wavelength. That means you see a blue color laser which does the engraving on the wooden blocks, and you can also do the engraving on wooden blocks, plywood, pine wood, acrylic sheets, and finally you have A4 papers as well. So as you can see, going to the software, I am using a open source software called as Laser GRBL, which is used for CNC plotters, and it is only used for the laser engraving purposes. So let's move on to the software part. So here you can see I'm using a software called as Laser GRBL, and here you have to set the COM port of the Arduino that you have connected to your laptop, and you have to set the baud rate to 115200. So that is the standard baud rate that you need to use for laser engraving. And then I can choose various types of images such as JPEG, PNG, SVG. So here I'll show you an example wherein I'll try to engrave this Rangoli image, and here I'll try to, there are various conversion tools such as dithering, there is line to line tracing, there is vectorization, there is center lining, and then finally there is pass through. So this time I'll select pass through center lining, and then I'll click on next. So what this does is it will ask me for the intensity of the laser, the baud rate, at what speed I want the laser to move, and then the power of laser and the size and width of the block that I want to engrave it on. So here I'll set it as constant power, and the maximum power is 50%, and then border speed would be 200, and finally the height and width would be 80. So when I click on create, what this does is it will convert the image into a code which has x and y coordinates of the image, wherein the x, it will go to the x and y position of the this motors controlled by motors, and then it will switch on the laser and switch off the laser depending upon the laser the image's coordinates. So when I click on frame, it will tell me that it shows the frame where it wants to engrave it on. So depending upon the area of the frame that the laser is showing to me, I'll adjust this block, as you can see. So depending upon the frame, you can choose it once or twice. So now since mine is perfect, I'll click on play on the screen, and it will tell me to put the laser goggles so that it won't be hurting your eyes. So right now you can see the laser engraving process has started. Now this final engraving depends upon the complexity of the image that you give as an input. So since this is a less complex image, it takes about 10 minutes max. So on the projected time that you can see on the screen, it is telling me 9 minutes. So it can vary about 10 to 12 minutes.